Hi guys, today I'm talking about the importance of carving out time in your calendar for your content. And the reason I talk so much about this is because what I find is that over 80% of the creatives that I work with are just creating content on the hop. They might be thinking sort of a few days ahead, but they're not really thinking about the bigger picture. And if you don't create the time in your calendar, you know that you're never going to spend the time on it because you just don't do it unless you make the time. There'll always be something more important, a client needing something or something more exciting to do than create your content and plan your content. Which is why I think that you need to get that time non-negotiable in your calendar on a weekly basis, preferably if you can, the same day. So you're creating some kind of consistency, so you're showing up all the time. And the way that there's an old famous saying, isn't there, about the jar and the rocks, which I think is a Stephen Covey saying, where he says if you put your sand in your jar and then put your pebbles in, you'll have no space for your big rocks because they just won't fit in. And it's exactly that. You put the big rocks in first, put the pebbles in afterwards, and they'll filter in, and then put the sand in and it will sift around through the rocks and you'll be able to fit everything in the jar. Your content is your big rocks. You need to plan your content because even if you're busy, you will eventually have a time when your content will be working for you, filling something for you. So even for me, I'm full for one-to-one work for 4 to 5 months ahead, but I've got courses to sell, and also I want to stay full. I don't just want to be full for February and March, I want to be full for April and May, and it's this content now that I'm creating now that will get me inquiries for the work that I end up taking on in April, and I'm aware of that. So planning my content is really important to me. And that can look however you want it to look. Mine, I have a set time for a morning a week on planning, I have a set time for a morning a week on creation, and I have a set time for a morning a week on marketing, so that I've got dedicated time to I plan my content in advance at the beginning of the quarter, so I know roughly my topics then, but what I'm doing is planning in more detail, mapping out exactly what I need, finding out if there's research I need to do, and then on content creation days I'm writing the posts, and on marketing days I'm doing things such as writing newsletters or creating graphics for things, things that support what I'm doing, hashtag research, etc. So my advice is always carve out some time for your content. Even if you're really busy, say to yourself, have I got half an hour on a Monday or half an hour on a Tuesday where I can spend time thinking strategically about my content, looking at my social media, looking at my blog and saying, what do I want to say and why? Why am I saying this? What is the relevance of this? Does this have any relevance? Is this part of my bigger picture? Spend some time on your strategy and you'll reap rewards further down the line. If you're interested in making your content more strategic and thinking about and planning what you're going to be creating and when, do check out my course Contented. It launches again in 6 weeks. The waitlist is open at the moment. Follow the link and hopefully see you on the next video.